In this video I will paint a full color graffiti sketch and will take you with me from the first lines over the composition of the letters. I tried tracing with a light box the first time, give you coloring tips and lots of helpful advice along the way. So take out the markers yourself and let's sketch together. Hello friends and followers and welcome back to a new project. My name is Smoe, I'm a German graffiti artist, and today I want to sketch a full color sketch that will go to USA, and I want to try something new. I want to sketch on a cheap piece of paper first and then transfer the sketch to the final piece of paper, and just want to see if this is better than erasing everything like I did in the last full color sketch. Good. Okay, arson. A-R-S-O-N. All pretty nice letters. So let's start. Arson. Ah, okay, this is cool. It is cool that we have one spiky part here and one spiky part here. One up, one down, a round thing in the middle. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, this might be interesting. Okay. Yo, and this is VoiceOver Smoe. I'm here as well to give you additional information about my thought process and stuff that I was not able to say while painting, because painting and talking is sometimes a problem. And it is so sad. Now I'm sitting here in the editing and I just got to know that arson has a meaning. I didn't know it. I thought arson was just a name like Gibson or the other names that people order in my online shop, and I missed that opportunity to add a little bit of fire, add a little bit of heat to the letters, because I just didn't know that arson has this double meaning, because he's probably a burner graffiti artist. Yeah. So I just start with the letters like if they had no meaning. Arson has a lot of great letters, A-R-S-O-N. The only letter that I don't like that much is the N, but I will find a nice solution for it. And usually I start just somehow. I start with one letter as the starting point. Adjust the other letters, then they turn out so cool that I have to erase the first letter completely. So I start first, I think later, but in my opinion this is a better way to get into the making mode instead of overthinking stuff beforehand, planning too much. Just start, you have an eraser, you can erase everything, and this piece of paper even won't be the final piece of paper. I can already say that I got the feeling that I'm more free to do what I could do, because it is not the final piece of paper. This definitely was a good suggestion. So a big thanks to John Hammer and Celila's Art for your suggestion to get this light box thingy. Yes, it was really cheaper than expected. And we will check out how it works later. And I will give you a first hands-on. So I think the S is a little bit too big. I want to make the A more wild here as well and let it get a bit more open. And this shouldn't be the last adjustment of the A. I will do some more. But like I said at the beginning, we need to start somewhere, and R and S turned out so cool. I have to say I hate this A right now. Yes, of course I did not really hate it, and of course I could have left it like that, but I had an idea of how I would need to twist it so that it fits perfectly. Maybe the A should get a scap, please. Yes, good idea. Long scap here. A single connected extra bar. Extra bar. Yes, this is already so much better. But as my brain just didn't give me an answer so far what I should do with the A to make it perfect, to make it as flowish and nice as R and S, so I focused on O. There's still so much to do, so it does not make any sense to sit there and stare at the paper. So let's focus on the O. I really love how this R went through the S and how the S and the R are interacting with each other. But I have to say that I hate the A. The A is complete bullshit. It is like, it just looks like shit. It has to be rotated so much more into this direction. It was already good, maybe into this direction. I need to try something here. This is not good. This is not good enough to send it to USA. Holy moly, it has to be a great burner piece. No pressure on myself. But let's give it this extra 20 minutes for the first lines so that we can say at the end yes. So when I give the A a little bit like this, such a hook or something, maybe, or can I bend it? Oh, yeah, this is interesting. Okay, I bend it. And then, yes, when it's bended, suddenly it has so much more power. Okay, perfect. I need to go into the A here to make the R more visible, even if they are at the same spot. A bended A. This is so much better. Ah, yes. It flows, and then it can touch the S at the head. This is nice. Yes. I was already happy with the right side of the A, but still not 100% convinced that the left side of the A is good like it is. The eraser. And let's see if we find a different solution for a scap. Maybe it would be nice if it comes from S. Holy moly, yes, holy freaking moly. Okay, and now it starts to become something that I like. Ah, what a terrible beginning. I don't know, was it visible? I was a little bit suffering. Sometimes I really hate it to paint while being on camera, because it doesn't always turn out to be good. And then you have to go some steps back. And who was writing me there? Oh, my friend Jan. Jan, now you are in my YouTube video.
Hello, friends and followers.
Yeah, this was my best friend Jan.
he was sending me I would say 7 minutes long voice message. So I take this time to tell you a little bit about this swirl. I've made this swirl in a lot of my sketches lately. I really like this swirly arrow. I've added it in this sketch, for example, and I want to use it here again.
Okay, perfect. So I'm super happy with the A, R, and S. Even if the S is a little bit open here, but I love how the R goes into the S and closes this part here. All the holes are in the same size pretty much. This is good. So now let's take care about the O.
But it is already pretty good. I like this O shape so much that I said, okay, I just make it a little bit higher and focus on the last letter.
And now there's still the N missing too. So we need to think about, this would be nice. If the N would go down here. So the N and R meet within O, but not in the O hole. Like I've done this several times that letters, for example, in my print new time over there.
And I'm so happy that I made this explanation part in the YouTube video about it, where I show that S and O meet in the negative space of M, while M and E meet in the O hole and melt together there. This is a detail that I really like, and once you know it, you can even see it in the print. Go a little bit up. By the way, this print is sold out, sadly, but you can always check smonova.de. There are always some prints available. And here you can see S and O melted together and M and E in the O hole as well. Such a nice detail.
And then there is another long. This is dangerous. There's so much going on here. Or I start from O. It comes from O down here like this. It's probably better. I would love to have something, a counterweight to this beautiful swirly arrow that I love to do in the last sketches. I don't know, probably I've done them in the last 5 sketches or something, but recently I'm in love with them. Like other artists have the orange face, I have the swirly arrow face recently. So this is a pretty beautiful N. I don't really think that it needs to be spiced up so much more, as it is beautiful as it is.
No, I'm just lying to myself. I was not happy with the N.
Good. Or I turn this upwards and change.
Yes, and now the start and the end of this bar are parallel.
Here?
This is so much better.
Like this?
It makes so much more sense.
Yes. This makes even more sense for the N.
Absolutely.
Even if we don't get this beautiful tiny melting point between the arrow and the N. Okay, this was easy. Give the N such a thick thingy, like I love to put on top of M also. And now we got a counterweight here that balances this big part of R, and also the N looks more interesting now. The N was a little bit boring for a second, but now it is interesting. Now it is more interesting, and this is good. Good. And as one guy, I was doing the coffee break, and one guy was writing a comment why I didn't put the smoke in the background, more in the foreground. Of course, this would need a little bit more planning, but why I didn't do so. In the last sketch, I just thought it is enough, but now I feel challenged.
DNB Cypher was talking about the red hatched smoke that is just overlapping a little bit over the blocks, but this time I want to have this smoke or something similar to it behind the sketch and also in front of the letters. And when I add these background elements that are also in the foreground, and when they are in the foreground they're of course covering parts of the letters, then I always take care that they're only covering not so important parts of the letters, or covering extra elements, covering endings, covering all the stuff that is not necessary for the readability. And yeah. This is what I always take care of when adding background in the foreground.
So, schlup, schlup. And then maybe I do a little bit of smoke here, just to give it a little bit more height.
Because you can use background elements to adjust the position of the whole piece on the piece of paper. When you want to have it centered, add some background or add some blocks.
So, good, arson. This is pretty nice. First lines are done. Now comes part number 2. I will zoom a bit out, so that it is all visible. This is the box. This is not sponsored. I bought this on Amazon. This is a non-paid sponsorship. Non-paid sponsorship? No. This is a not paid advertisement. This is just stupid. I'm such a bad influencer.
The lightbox has 3 different settings for the light. I put it on extremely bright, and then I got a super great idea after putting the paper on the sketch.
But, oh, this would be cool. I could even do the outlines now immediately. I don't know if this is dangerous or stupid, but I love the idea. Okay, so at the same height at the top and the bottom. Left side here, right side there. Okay, let's fix this real quick. A bit of tape here. Okay, now I needed to reduce the light here probably to see it better. Oh, wonderful! And as Mr. Arson did not tell me anything about a color combination that he wishes, I will just go with red outlines like always. I love red outlines. I just love red outlines, and we'll go with red outlines because red outlines or a little bit pinky outlines. Pinky outlines? Let's go with green slime and pinky outlines. I think this is cool. Now let's do the outlines of the slime first. I'm really looking forward to see the timestamps. If this made anything faster.
No, it actually didn't. But what I can definitely say, it gave me a better feeling not to work on the final paper and to have this piece of paper where I can erase as much as I want, and it gave me more freedom to be a little bit more wild with the letters, and this helped a lot. The only thing that is a bit annoying is that I always had to press down the paper with my left index finger so that the top layer of paper is pressed down on the on the sketch, because it was always a little bit wobbly and I was not able to see right where I have to do the outline, especially in the middle.
I think I got it. Good. Okay, shit. Now I need to make a shadow upwards, because otherwise, why is it so much down? There was a problem with measuring somewhere. But we still can solve this. At least the paper, the good quality paper, is so much thicker that the tape does not destroy it that easily. Okay. I got the feeling it is completely. I wanted to lift it up a bit, but I didn't do it at all. Okay, so the shadow has to do the work, but this won't be a big problem. Good. Okay, so the light source has to be down here so that I can make the shadow a little bit up. And then there is the shining. Yeah, it is a bit down. It is a little bit placed too much down on the paper. Good. Next step, always necessary, test the markers before using them. I think I would go with the pinky color. It is so funny when the outlines are done and you're happy with the outlines. Then you have to go through another ugly stage. And this is when you're doing the fill-in. It takes a long time. And sometimes when I was in Brazil, for example, when I was painting in Brazil, I was testing the whole color composition in one letter. See if the contrast will work right. And I couldn't be more happy. Yeah, this will be cool. Before I continue to make the fill-in and all the shadows and stuff of all the other letters, because I was so under pressure that I didn't want to be in the ugly stage for so long. But this here, it is not so hard, but I was experiencing some doubts coming in if the pink was a great decision, even if all my beautiful graffitis have red and pink outlines. So funny. I still need to make all outlines thicker. So this is a double ugly stage right now with thin outlines, no fill in, not placed high enough on the piece of paper. But thanks God, we know a lot of solutions to solve all of these problems. Okay, as usual, I'll make a test for the fill-in first, real quick. And good. So, and I would love to go with some orangey brownish light colors into it.
Yeah, and now comes the part testing the colors, trying out different variations of them. You have so many different yellows, so many different oranges, so many different light browns. You need to test them before how they work together on a separate piece of paper, so that you know that you have the right fading, that the fading itself works. And I love to just make this square with a block and test it in this testing bar, so that I can see how the color combination works together and that I'm not in any danger to mess the color combination up. I mean, of course, the main rule of the color combination is that the fill-in has to be lighter than the outline or darker than the outline. If this is your rule, you can't mess it up. It is just impossible. But of course, you can have strange color combinations that somehow look muddy, look shitty, and I wanted to have it really shiny, and so I made some tryouts, and it was definitely worth it.
So, I want to have a chrome effect. So this is the middle horizon line that I added here, and so let's start filling in this beauty. And I always like to work wet in wet. And the last that we have here is light color. So then I add just a tiny layer of orange and go in there with a thick layer of yellow, and I think then it should blur together. Blend.
This is why I always have all the colors that I need for the fading in my hand, because I try to add the next lighter color to the darker color when it is still wet. I always work wet in wet. But of course you can still go over it later, but as long as the Uhuhu markers are still wet on the paper, it is so much easier to smudge them together and to create a pretty good fading.
So let's fill the smoke, and I think the smoke has a too light outline. I don't like it that much. Okay, now as this is filled, it looks already better. It looks already so much better. It got a bit of a... It is a little tiny bit upwards right now. But before I continue, I can't. It is pretty beautiful. Yes, okay, but it needs thicker outlines. I am dying. It is terrible. I can't see this anymore. It is my... I hate it. So let's make all outlines. Let's make all outlines thicker real quick. By the way, I'm super proud about myself because I took the extra minutes, the extra 14 minutes to adjust the light instead of starting this video with a super ugly light situation just because I want to start. And this is something that I want to work also on this year, is just to take the time that it needs and don't just start somehow. Because I'm that kind of personality that needs a hammer to hammer some nails in a wall, like 20 nails. But I use a board to nail them in there just because I want to hammer the nails in the wall. But the hammer is just laying like 5 meters away, and it would be it would be more efficient just to stop for a second, go take the hammer and start hammering it with the right tool. But instead, just because I want to start so badly, and I have a problem to stop and stop and think and just take a second to use the right tool. And I really have to force myself. I don't know if this example makes so much sense, but maybe you understand it. By the way, I checked the timestamps yesterday. I was putting all the data from this video to my computer, and I noticed that I'm already painting 5 hours on the sketch. Which is a little bit more than I want to for the price. But if you want to get a sketch yourself as well, check out my website smoenova.de. We ship worldwide. It always takes around 2 weeks from ordering the sketch until I can really make it. I think this one here is from 14th of January and we have the 29th, but the guy will get a video, so this is extra effort. I don't make a video about every sketch. Sometimes I just want to sketch alone and listen to a podcast or something.
And what also makes me so happy is that I have finally camera from the top view. I think this was missing so much. I was focused so much on these beauty shots and the slider and so on, and I'm still searching for the best solution for making videos in this room. And I think it really makes sense to have a camera from the front so that you can see me while I'm talking to you, and I think it also makes sense to have this beautiful slider shots from the side, but to have 2 cameras from the side does not make sense. I want to have one from the top, and now we have it for the last details and especially for the shadows that are coming right now.
That we want to make the shadow upwards to lift the whole sketch a bit. Let's take a light blue because I also want to also want to use a light blue, a cold shadow. Want to use a... Oh, let's check if light blue is light. Yeah, this is a not so nice. Blue-gray. Blue-gray sounds good. Okay, this is too dark. Blue-gray. Another blue-gray. Oh, this is perfect. This is the color that I was searching for. So, and now, if we imagine that the light source is here and is shining upwards like this, then all the edges will have, okay, here it is not visible anymore, maybe a bit like here. So, and so, and this here will make a shadow as well. Perfect. And then we can lift the whole thing. And this will be interesting. All the shadows from the slime, yeah, from the smoke slime green stuff, that will also cause a shadow here. Ah, this will be super beautiful. I love it. And it doesn't have to be too accurate, because our brain is way too stupid anyways to process all these shadows. So, like I always love to say, it doesn't have to be right, it has to look right. This. So then there is. Good. Good. Let's take the ugly eraser ball and erase the first line so that they're nearly not visible anymore, like we did in the last sketch. We just want to see them a bit so that we can so that we have a bit of an orientation. Good. Okay, was this the right color? I think this was it, right? Yes. I'm not sure if this is dark enough now, as it starts to maybe we would go with this one. Oh, maybe we will go with this one instead, because this is way too light.
And I know that it looks a little bit weird right at this moment with this blue shadow, and all the blocks don't have any shadow at all, but trust the process. At the end it will all make sense, because I will of course add shadows to the blocks as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. You are so beautiful. Oh, and this will have a tiny bit of a shadow here as well. Oh, maybe. And depending on the height of the single, like this one is pretty close to the ground, so the shadow will be very close to it.
Yeah, so of course the distance of the shadow to the object that makes the shadow on the ground is always different depending on the height of the element that is flying above the ground. Yeah, so I fill all the shadows with this light blue color.
Good, okay. Then,
of course, I take the same color, the same blue, to add a shadow always above every single element that makes a shadow on another layer that is below it. And this is super interesting, especially at the...
Beautiful!
Yes, beautiful.
So there is a little bit of a shadow here as well. Like this. And the shadow of this one goes like this. Probably. And then...
Of course, the shadow makes a little kink as it wends over the edge from the letter that goes down to the block. And I always try to add these 45 degrees angle shadows in the blocks. And of course, they are not all 100% right. I don't know if everything makes 100% sense, but we just want to create the effect of this slime flying, hovering above the graffiti letters, and I think the shadow does the job well.
Good. Now I would take some Faber-Castell. Colored pencils, and I will go in there with a pretty similar blue to this one, probably this. What a match, perfect. And I want to give all the letters, all the blocks, a bit of a fading here and there, so that it just looks more three-dimensional.
Yo, and if you want to learn more about the three-dimensionality of letters and fadings and shadows and all this stuff, I can highly recommend you to check out Smoe class. In this class we go through everything I learned in 20 years of style writing. We start at zero knowledge, we use scissors and other unusual tools and techniques to learn the secrets of letters. Step by step we go more and more complicated, learn how to add arrows and extra bars, and the best is this course does not only have 26 pre-recorded videos with more than 6 hours of video material, it also is combined with a group discussion where the other classes and I can see and discuss your sketches if you want. Recently there are just a few classes in the Smoe class, so this might be a good opportunity to start. So please check out smonova.de, read everything about the Smoe class, and if you want my feedback and get a different view on letters, this might be interesting for you. Thank you!
Okay, on the blocks it should be even darker, probably.
Yeah, I had to take a darker blue on the blocks, as the blue on the blocks is the blue plus the pink, and this is a darker blue than the blue on white.
Okay, good. Next thing is we want to give the green stuff here a shadow as well, but I want to give it a darker green tone. I think this is cooler. Not so dark. Wow, this is even darker. Yeah, this is good. This is not good. It is too dark. This is good. No, this is not good. Ah, this is nice. This is nice. Okay.
Yeah, and as the light source is coming from the bottom left corner and the smoke or the slime, or it is not really a defined background element. It is toothpaste, green toothpaste flying in zero gravity around the graffiti. And of course, as this has a roundish shape, the top of this slimy stuff will be in a shadow as well. And I always add a shadow at the top of each of these slimy parts, and when it goes down underneath the letters, of course the letters make a shadow on the slime as well.
Good, 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 good.
Of course, my broken halo heart is not allowed to be missing. I put it on top of all of my sketches and all of my pieces. I think already 4 years, 5 years, something like that. And definitely the greeting to the family, 2 long stripes and 4 small dots for the kids.
Okay. This already looks pretty nice, but I want to give the
horizon line more contrast. Say it.
I want to give the chrome effect here a bit of a different. To make it a bit. I want to make the edge of it a little bit sharper.
No, I just wanted to give it more contrast, but sometimes it is so hard to talk and paint and think at the same time. I just wanted to give it more contrast.
Like I usually love to make these straight hatching, but I'm thinking about to give, yeah, probably like this. I'm thinking about to give these the smoke a texture, because I want that the smoke is more different in comparison to the letters. Yes. Yes. Okay. This is crazy. I love it. So then it comes here. It comes. Oh, I need to make the outline first. Oh, the sun is coming out. So this definitely makes a difference between the letters and the smoke. As the smoke, it turns a little bit into worms right now, but I like it. I like it. So it should be nice. This looks so funny. Always a little bit something new here and there. Doing tiny experiments, I love it. And always asking the sketch, hey sketch, what do you still need? And the sketch will tell you. You just need to listen carefully.
And in this case, the sketch definitely said, the smoke has nearly the same color. Please do something to it. It does not look different enough.
I will do a little comparison between the background before and the background now in a few seconds when I'm done. Because what I didn't like about this stuff was that there was no difference between this and the light yellow. It was nearly the same color, like you can see it here still. And there was just not enough difference between it. And so the sketch told me I need more difference here. And I gave it more difference just by the nice hedging effect. Here it is nearly straight. Okay, so here's the comparison. This was before and this is now. And now tell me that it doesn't look better right now. This looks insane. Okay, but we're still not done. We can still give the blocks a little bit of a highlight here and there. And I also wanted to work with white. I wanted to put a white highlight everywhere into the fill-in. And this is also something that I really like, that you can go with colored pencils over parts that are already filled with Copic markers. Not Copic. Ohuhu, sorry. Of course, Ohuhu. Ohuhu Honolulu. Ohuhu Honolulu. Ohuhu Honolulu. Making the shadow upwards is a bit crazy, a bit unusual, but I wanted to have the sketch centered, and so I took the chance to make the shadow upwards.
Yo, and as the light source is coming from the bottom left corner, I need to add the highlight to the fill-in, always at all the outlines that are facing downwards and facing to the left side. Because this is where the light is falling on the letter The light comes from the bottom left side. It always falls on the left side of the letters and on the bottom side.
Good. Now, I still think there's a tiny bit is missing. I want to give the R and the O two different colors so that N, S and A have the same colors. And I want to give them an extra color a little bit over it. A light, any light color. A light violet, a light pink, something like that. To make them look different in comparison to the other letters so that we have... This is crazy. This should be the same color. Terrible. Oh yeah, this is good. Put a light green. A light green on the O. Just to make it a tiny bit different in comparison to the other letters. Yeah, maybe such a color. Still not happy 100% to be honest. Maybe I give a light lilac to the O. Should I go with this color here? I will go with this color. Come on. Dangerous, dangerous. Not 100% happy with it. I need to see it through a camera if it is good or if it is not good. Oh, this is so much better than I thought. Okay, but maybe if I give the O darker outlines just to make it the whole O a little bit darker, more some sort of violetish outlines. There are not so many outlines. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Some last designs and then we're done. There's the white.
I wanted to give the shadow close to the graffiti piece a little bit of a white reflection, so that the shadow is a little bit lighter.
Good. So, and I think as we have green, blue, red and everything in there, I want to go with maybe even black. This looks already so nice, but I still got the feeling that there is a bit missing. A bit. Tiny last bit. No, blue. We'll go with blue. With a light blue. I would do it with crayons. Holy. I would do it with a turquoise. This is the perfect color. Okay. Let's do some. Yes. Designs real quick. If I would go with the alcohol-based markers over it, it would be not as shiny as it is right now.
As the alcohol-based markers will blur together with the color underneath, while the colored pencils are just a layer on top and they're so much more shiny. And every artist probably knows this feeling that you have seen your own artwork so long that you're not able to say if it is good or not anymore. And this is why I always take the smartphone to see it in a smaller scale. This really, really helps.
And I would say we're done. We are done. Make a last photo of it. We are done. We are done. We are done. Good. Okay. Let's do some final detail shots of it real quick. Son. Pretty nice. Holy cow. I like it. Good. Okay. Yeah, it was a good decision to make the O a little bit darker. This helped to make the O stand a bit more out. Perfect. Good. Okay. Up to the next project. Yo, thanks a lot for everyone who was watching till the end. Please check out my shop, smonova.de, if you want to order a sketch yourself as well, or get a print, get a sticker pack. We got phenomenal sticker packs. All the videos that are behind every single sticker, you can find them all with this QR code on the back side. Pretty interesting, I would say. And don't forget to like the subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next project. Bye bye.